I'll be planting more cabbages this weekend, so I'll have cabbages for the early part of spring also. But here we go. Next one, another big cabbage. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. CountryMarro here. Today I'm in the grow bag section of the garden, about to harvest a few cabbages, and I'm going to just take you guys along with me, just for you guys to see how these cabbages bounce back in these grow bags with only rabbit manure, no other form of fertilizer, no pesticide, just rabbit manure, rabbit urine around the roots, and watering on a regular basis. So come along with me and let's get a few of these cabbages. This is what we're looking at here. We have one right here, another one beside it over there, and if we come this side, another one is right there that is falling, and a large one right there also. So I'm just going to go now and test them to see if they're firm, and I'll just harvest the two firmer ones of the batch. So let me just feel what this one is feeling like. No, this one is not ready. I'm going to take you guys in a bit closer and just show you how you can test to see if your cabbages are properly folded and ready. When testing your cabbages, if they are ready, it's just a gentle squeeze to the top. If they give a bit, that means the cabbage is not ready. Do not go to the side and squeeze the cabbages, because if you should leave those cabbages for an extended period, worm is going to take over inside of the cabbage. So you want to come and you just want to test the top of your cabbages. Let's see this one right here, and this one is firm, it's not giving, so this one is ready, and we can go around and check those other ones that we have over there. This one right here, it has a little give to the top, but it can be harvested. And we can go in deeper also, and this one is firm. So we only need two today, so I think I'm gonna get this one and that other one. So let's go for this one, and we're gonna come down to the root and we're gonna get the entire plant. So we're gonna cut everything out of ground. This root area is really tough. This knife is not doing anything for me. So let me go for my clippers and see. Okay, so there we are, and this one is a big one. Well, it's leafy, it's average size on the inside, but what is average size? I'm gonna take away these leaves and show you the true edible part of this cabbage, which everything can be eaten. Let's also get this other one instead of going over the next side. So let's get this one. I'll be planting more cabbages this weekend, so I'll have cabbages for the early part of spring also. But here we go. Next one, another big cabbage. So this is what a bit of rabbit manure does. Here we are under the greenhouse with these cabbages, and I'm just going to remove the outer leaves. I'm not sure if some folks eat the outer leaves, but we normally just get rid of them. And this could have stayed maybe another week, but it's okay. It's gonna be soft and nice. And this is what this one is looking like. Maybe about a 2-pound cabbage this is. Let's see what the next one has for us in store. Same process. Remove the leaves. outer leaves, that is, and then we'll get down to the real cabbage, the part that I like to eat. So this one is very large. This feels like about 2.5, almost 3 pounds. This is a very large cabbage. I'm not sure if the camera is doing any justice for this cabbage, but it is a large and heavy one. Now, for these cabbage leaves, most of you have an idea of what I'll be doing with some of these leaves. I'll be giving the rabbits a few of these leaves, but note, if you do have rabbit on your homestead, do not feed them cabbage leaves on a regular basis. It should be something that you give them as a treat, moderately. So cabbage is rich in vitamin C, K, and fiber, but it also carries a high sulfurous compound that causes gas and bloating, also digestive problems, and that can harm your rabbits. If you're going to give your rabbits cabbages, don't give it to them as the main source of feed. Use it as a treat or something and give it to them occasionally, but you don't want to be giving your rabbits cabbage on a daily basis or in certain excess. So this leaf here, I'm just going to give it to one of my rabbit, and that is going to be it for maybe another 3 or 4 weeks, but not on a regular basis. And these are some large leaves I have here. I'm just going to get 4 of them because I have 4 rabbits under the greenhouse. The remainder of rabbits, they're on that side of the yard. For the remainder of these cabbage leaves, maybe I give a few to the chicken. Also the conures can eat these. I'll give the birds a few, and I'll compost what is left from this. But on the topic of compost, let me just take you guys in a bit on the worm casting. Here's where I store the worm casting. I haven't gone ahead and used any of it as yet. Reason being, I have the rabbit manure using already in the garden, so I'm done with worms for now. I think it's much more convenient if I put the rabbit manure in the garden because it attracts a lot of worm, and then you'll get worm casting in the garden, because worm casting, it's just worm poop. It's a fancy name for poop, yes. So I'm just going to show you guys the amount of worm casting that I've harvested for the past, 7 months now. So come in a bit closer and let me just show you what's happening in this bin. So this is all the worm casting that I was able to harvest and store. So everything that you see here is worm casting, and I'm going to take you guys in a bit closer and show you what's happening. So this is it. This is what it's looking like. The other day I was eating a few pistachios and I threw the shells inside here. So I guess it was worth it. This is a 45-gallon bin, and it is filled all the way to the top with worm casting. So I won't be needing any worm casting for now. And for the bins that I had the worms in, they're over here. Went ahead, cleaned them out about 2 weeks ago, and I'm gonna repurpose them, use them for something else. But the worms are all in the garden right now. Getting the worms, it was a good idea, but getting the worms for me as a gardener and homesteader that has rabbit wasn't the best idea, because rabbit manure is giving me everything that the worm casting or the worm cast is going to give me. Why I say that? The rabbit manure, it attracts a lot of earthworm. So once you have the worm there, they're going to eat and they're going to poop. So it's a 2-for-1 in your garden. When I went out and got the worm, I had to be caring for the worm, caring for the rabbit, and caring for the garden. I added work to my day, which are work to my week, because the worms, they weren't an everyday thing, but I added work, which didn't make any sense in the long run. So now I have the worm casting in this container over here. I'm going to be using it on the ornamental plants. So for the plants under the pergola and inside the house, I'll be using worm casting in those plants. I guess it makes sense in the long run. I'm just going to get rid of these leaves and get back to you guys. For the conures, I'm not sure. I know they'll eat the tougher parts, so I'm going to clip these up and give the barkier parts to the conure. And nothing fancy, I'm just going to be throwing this into the cage. Just drop it inside there and they will devour it. One more right here. So these 2 pieces, they're going to the conure. A few leaves can go to the cockatiel, and maybe I try the parakeets with also a few leaves, because it's vegetable and birds do eat vegetables. So I just throw them inside and they'll go at them. There they are checking it out. So that one is taking a bite. So makes sense. I'm going to just leave it there and they can have that to nibble on. Look at all these mushrooms in these bags. This is a result of the rabbit manure. Just pouring down a whole lot of rabbit manure. You'll get your grow bags to look like this. This is just a bird water feeder that my wife put in the garden. I'm not really a fan of it, but let it stay there. I'm just a pants and shirt guy. I'm simple. Nothing too fancy in the garden for me. So we got ourselves 2 cabbages here. Nothing to write home about, but something that I'm gonna call a meal, whether it be today or tomorrow. I hear a lot of gardeners complain that you have to feed your cabbages a lot, whether it be by organic or synthetic fertilizer. But even with the organic fertilizers that they are using, they have to be going into pocket, going to the store to get that fertilizer. That's really a lot to grow a few cabbages. If you can get yourself a rabbit, guys, I'm not going to stop driving this one, but if you can get yourself a rabbit, they will do you well. These are all from rabbit manure in the garden, nothing added. Rabbit manure, water them when they should be watered, and you'll get good results. So that's gonna be it from CountryMarro. See you in the next one. Happy gardening and cheers.